Hello guys, good evening everybody. This is DC Trader for another stock updates, and I hope you guys are feeling good because this is going to a weekend, guys, and the US stock market looks like it is pumped up. Now let's make sure these guys are doing good right now. And of course, yesterday I was telling to you guys that there were sellers here, and let me do a short flashback on this one, on this market. So let's go back to our flashback screen. Today we got since Tuesday, we got Wednesday and Thursday, there is some pullback here, right? Now the way I see it, I draw this particular area wherein I notice that if you drew this one, there are some sellers who wanted to retest the low here but failed, right? So I would say, in order for these guys, maybe not all of them were able to get out here. That's why they're trying to save their position. They may want to go down again, maybe in this particular level here, this particular zone around 3,400. Now this is where we're gonna see tonight or today or tomorrow. If they can't go past this area here.
End of flashback.
Alright, so let's go back to our main screen here. So basically, as I was discussing to you guys, right, that this area here where the sellers, right, what happened yesterday, that it went down there just below it, and there was a moving average just enough for it, then they came back up. So what I prepared today is I actually prepared the 5-minute chart. Okay, this is what happened last night. When they hit that area, the line that I drew there, right? Now let's make this one again so that's clearer. Do you remember this line over here? This is what happened. So actually sellers, boom, buyers came up, as well as sellers liquidating their position. Again, try it again, liquidating one more time, and that's why they went up. See, so this particular area was a busy area. Now, were all the sellers were able to get out from here? Not so sure, but we will soon find out. Now, this particular area, let us see it around this date, around the first week of September. Let's take a look at it, how it looks like. So let's zoom in, or actually zoom out, so at least we have a better understanding. Now, the difference between the Philippine market and the US market is that the US futures market, it looks like a 24 hours, almost 24 hours, actually 23 hours, but our market is around maybe 4 or 5 hours, so it's very big difference. So that's why you see a lot of candles here on the 5 minutes, right? This is that day, the big red day, right? So those are the sellers who started to push down the market, right? Now, did they try to push down over here? So of course buyers answered back. Buyers answered back here. Buyers again, right? Sellers trying to defend their position, so that's why there was a gap, but buyers were too strong, so that's why they released out, and then sellers came in again, starting from here, right? That's why there's all sellers going down again. Now, maybe their reason to start here is to get those positions out, right? Now, remember this line that I put here, right? It could be a resistance area. Why it started right now. Let's make this one bigger. Now, I'm not so sure what will happen today, but take a look at this area here, right? There's some sellers starting there. Buyers were here, right? You can see buyers, sellers now, right? And now sellers are starting here. Now, if they're gonna bring down here, if they cannot penetrate this particular area, then we'll definitely go back up. If not, then we can see it going down. Okay, so basically that's how the US market looks like right now. So let's take a look at our market. Well, our market today, I was really thinking we're gonna push up today, but I guess I was wrong. The market still had the downward pressure. So what happened last night, right? I told you guys that as long as if it does not break around 5918, then we still have a better chance to wipe these guys out or to get these sellers out. Unfortunately, we are the one getting boxed out. So we are now going down, right? Now the problem is, take a look at the way I would do an analysis. Sellers, buyers, sellers. This particular area again where the buyer started. Sellers tries to push down. Buyers again. Sellers in this area again came in here, pushing the market down. So right now, for these past 2 days, we got all sellers right now. So there's a selling pressure right now to our market, right? So take a look at this, guys. I also put this particular level. What's this particular level? 5871. This is basically, that was the gap, right? There's a big gap because this particular day ended up so high here, and all we found was sellers. So there's this gap here. Now, if we take a look at the, let me try this one. Let me minimize this. Let's go back to the daily. Let's see here. So I actually draw this one, right? Okay. So basically we're still in the first week of October's candle, right? On the weekly. Now on September, right? On the month of September, we're still in the inside candle. But I also drew a Fibonacci from this high to this low. And this number I pointed out, basically 5865. 5865. Take a look at that number, right? You can see that. Now let's go back to the 5 minutes and see what's that number there. What's the importance of that number? 5871. See this particular area, there's a gap there. So my thinking is that these guys were still gonna push down at this area. Let's see if buyers will come back in this area. If buyers do came back, we need them around this area to give these guys, these sellers, give them another punch, and so that we can move out, guys. See, from here, my wish is we could go back there and get all of these guys out of here. So that is for this market. So let's hope PSEI, you can go up. All right. So what's our next market today? Our next market today is pure gold. Now for pure gold, guys. Oops, sorry about that again. Another wrong typo. All right. Look at that, guys. Oh my goodness. So let's take a flashback. on memory lane.
Flashback.
Okay, so let's minimize this and let's get the flashback screen. All right. Oops, sorry about that. That was
Now for
okay, it's pure gold. Pure gold. Now for pure gold, I think the last time we were discussing this one yesterday, as long as it does not go above 45.61, which is I think, or 41.68, I think I put it around here, then the market still has a downward bias. But I never expect they would continue with opening here and closing below. That is very strong. Now, if we take a look at pure gold, right? Buyers in this area, right? Bought again here. They exit out together, and then these particular sellers tried to defend their area. Buyers taking profit, sellers beginning to enter the market. That's where you feel there's a straight going downward pressure, selling off, right? Now, were these buyers able to get out? This particular, maybe not all of them, and the market closed below their order. So my guess tomorrow, we may see some short buying pressure, maybe above, just enough to get them break even, and when they get out, the market will go down again. That's what I feel for this particular market.
End of flashback.
All right, guys, let's go back and what did really happen today. The pure gold, and as I was discussing to you guys yesterday, there were buyers here, and I was thinking that the market yesterday would try to just go out here, but for me, I guess when the market opened, right, the market jumped up because there were orders here, buy orders. And what happened is they just went above, which I was telling you guys, if the market wants to continue to go down, it's going to go up a bit. Get sellers enough room. Once they are enough room, pow! Going down. And that's what happened today. It went down. Now, in my discussion actually yesterday, I was thinking that this market will maybe near stop here, but I never expected they would go through that almost like 90 cents, right? So, but what I'm thinking right now, right, and I was discussing to you guys yesterday regarding overshoot, which means they're over this particular line, right? They may want to retrench back to the moving average around this area. So I'm not recommending you guys to buy right now because it's still a pretty strong market to the downside, right? But if this is a strong area of support, right, you punch in, I would say there would be some buyers on Monday is gonna push back. Now let's hope they would reach above 42.51. Now the only way we can do that is if they reach above 42.51 and stay there. This may be a recovery for this particular market, right? But if they don't recover, if they're just gonna go there and go down, then that's a continuation. So let's hope they would perform this movement, right? I would love to see that in pure gold, right? Now actually I bought here and I'm a very big kind of big loss, so I'm actually adding into my position, hoping that the market will try to get up right now. So because I feel that there's a strong market buyers around here, they may want to defend this area. If not, then this can still go down, right? Maybe back. So that's about this market. So let's go to FGEN. Now in FGEN, guys, okay, let's do another short flashback for FGEN.
Flashback.
And now for FGEN, right? Wow, that is nice looking stock. For FGEN, let's take a look at the 5 minutes on a bigger view. Basically, as we were discussing this particular stock a few days ago, I was telling you guys that this particular area was becoming a very tight resistance, right? Then the market went down, right? They tried to go down again, could not go down. What did the market do? They really tried hard, these sellers. What happened is the market couldn't handle it, the pressure broke out. Then what happened is the sellers tried to push down. What's the reason? They want to go out break even or very low loss. Now the market did not go over and stay down there, so that's why today it went up. So that means that there's actually few orders here. There's more orders to the upside. That's why the market goes up. Now my guess for this particular stock is that we can continue the upside pressure. Now if you were the buyer in this particular zone here, and here again, so I would say you want to go above, at least go to 25.68 or even better, right? Now let's hope that these sellers are not strong enough to push us down. But
End of flashback.
all right, guys, it looks to me that today there is some I think we were discussing here, and today there was continuation, right? So from the market, so it looks good for this particular market. It looks like these particular buyers are still continuing. Sellers weren't given a chance to get out yet, so, or they're already out, so that's why they're joining to the crowd. So we look like we could reach this target. We're only just 18 cents away from breaking this level, so I hope on Monday we can continue this pressure to get out, right? So that's for this market. So let's take a look at or Merrimart. Now for Merrimart, guys, it doesn't, well, the candle doesn't look that nice, but let's take a look at my my flashback there, my review of yesterday regarding this stock.
Flashback.
So for Merrimart, guys, let's see here. Let's take a look. For Merrimart, what happened to Merrimart, guys? Merrimart. Okay, now let's make this one a little bit bigger. Okay, as what we have discussed basically, right? There was some upward pressure for Merrimart, and we were discussing here that these sellers who tried to sell here until to a point buyers took over. These sellers weren't able to hold their position, weren't able all to go out, right? So that's why they tried again, right? Now let's make this one a little bigger. This time they were able to get out, break even. These guys were able to get out, break even. What happened is they became buyers to get out, right? And I think the market stopped here, and I think I told you guys, as long as it does not go below 317, then there's still more to the upside. So that, and then we drew the trend line over there. And what happened today? There's some liquidation here out. Now, as long as tomorrow sellers try to move in, right? And why 334? Why this particular number? It's because the last time the sellers were here, right? Now, are all of them out of the way? I'm not so sure, right? There could be some left behind. But the only way to find out tomorrow, if this particular stock goes out and does not come back here, that means there's no more sellers. And what happens if there's no more sellers? All buying pressure. What is our goal here? We need to take these sellers out, right? Because the seller who started this. All right.
End of flashback.
So let's go back to our MER here, as we were discussing, right? As long as it does not go back to this area, there's an upward pressure. So what happens? Thursday, the market shoots up. Now, we know that the sellers are trying to defend their position right now, right? Then they're trying to go down here. Buyers had a short run. Now, their sellers could mean they could try to bring this one down. Now, there's also a support wherein buyers are trying to buy at this particular angle. So my guess is that as long as Monday, right, we cannot hit this area low here back to 34. See, take a look at this area here. It's calculated they would reach their target, guys, 367 or 362, just above here. So I feel these guys, as long as you can't push down here on Monday, we have a better chance for these guys to go up. Now, if this goes back down here, let's see what's their reaction. It could be just jumping and go back up, right? But let's hope that they open on Monday above 344 and stay there for the whole day. They can easily go to this area here. All right, so that's for this market. Now let's go to our beloved BDO. Cannot find any ways for us to go up. I don't know what's wrong with BDO, guys, and let's check a look. All right, now let's do a little short flashback for BDO.
Flashback.
So for BDO, guys, let us go back. So here, and then let's go to this one, and then let's forward it a bit from going down. Just give me a second there. That makes sense to go out. Now I really love this breakout to be like this. Oh yeah, like that. Make sure no more sellers, and that's way to go, guys. That's what I would love to see. And it also coincides first entry, because we broke this high here, and we're trying to go to a second entry going to the upside. Now, if you notice that today all of our charts are trying to do a buying pressure to the upside. Now let's hope they do have enough power to get out, right? And of course so basically, let's go back to our 5-minute chart. So what really did happen? We were just here around this particular area. Then the next day, what happened to BDO? Shoots up just enough to reach 8851 or around that area, which coincides with this particular line here, which is this line. And let's make that one bigger. Just enough, guys. Take a look at that. just enough to poke out, trap those buyers, go back down. So actually sellers are more powerful. You would see that, right? Why? Because buyers weren't able to close above it, so sellers were strong, and they push it down, even to these sellers here, pushing it down, right? Although there's still some buyers here, right, trying to defend their position. Now that's why today they tried to push up again. Now, but these sellers are quite, I would say these sellers are quite stronger, right? And I'm sad to say, looks like to me there is some pressure to the downside for this stock. Now, of course, it can always change, especially it broke here, especially it broke this area here, right? Then we can really see a downward pressure for 86.53. Now, for this particular area, let's take a look at the monthly. What is going on here, guys? So if we change that to BDO, okay, so basically I also put another Fibonacci line here, which is around 87.09, this particular area. So I hope we don't get there, but around this particular area, we may want to fall back down there. With this super bearish pressure here, we may be able to, right? So let's compare that. Let's go back to the 5 minutes. Right. So on Monday, if there is still some strong pressure, we could see it break down here and maybe going to this area here to the next level. Now I hope Monday BDO will find another way to push these guys out. Let's give them a sellers a punch. Let's give them a that. All right, so let's hope. But this area is very crucial. What's the reaction here? This is a do or die for BDO. Now the next stock that we're going to be discussing is JFC. Now for JFC, right guys, it looks to me, let's make this one bigger. We are having ourselves some range area here. The market tried to push down, buyers answered, sellers replied. Looks to me buyers are trying to do it again, right? The only way we can break out of this funk is we gotta go push higher than that, take all of them out, then go back down, test it as much as we can, then go up, right? That's what I feel. That's the only way we can get these guys out of here. And we could also be forming a trend line there. That feels good, right? So that is for this particular stock, which if on Monday we can continue with that enough pushing out here, we can reach this area here over 150. I think they can do it. Let's go, go, go JFC. All right, so the next one that we're gonna be discussing is MER. So for MER, what's going on for Meralco, guys? I hope our electricity is not going up here because their company is doing good. Look at that, guys. So let's do a short flashback for this particular company.
Flashback.
So let's open our flashback screen and let's go to the 12. Then we're gonna go here to the MER. That's Meralco. So for Meralco, on the other hand, let's take a look at this particular stock. although on the bigger picture, is it really, you know, there was a pretty downtrend there, although it was not able to touch this area here. Then buyers went back, sellers tried to push the market down. We'll just move a little forward for this particular stock, right? I just want to take the 5 minutes look. 280 around here, 280. There you go. So for the past 3 days, we really did not give the sellers a chance to do any retest. Now they did try almost here, which is on October 8th, but other than that, it did not even broke down 270, right? That's why the next day, I mean, it closed there. The next day tried to close the gap, and see what I'm trying to tell you guys. Sometimes the market trying to close the gap, but because of this area here, too many buyers, it's gonna push the market to go up, right? And today that's what it happened. It's trying to break out. Now, does it mean it's gonna break out for sure? We don't know yet, because this is not a very strong breakout, right? It's not like there's no, what I like to see on a breakout is like trying a retest. Now, not only once, but maybe twice, and nothing happened, and then where it's all bulls taking over. Now, that's a much better chance, right? But as of right now, so that's
End of flashback.
all right. So let's go back to the 5 minutes area here. So basically, guys, I actually didn't expect I get what I got, right? So basically that one, and they tried twice, and what do you guys get? All buying pressure, right? So that's why what happened to Meralco, when they cannot go back here, sellers liquidate, because we gave them a and a punch, and again, I don't know, guys, but we gave them a punch and a kick. So that's what happened. So that's why they slowly liquidated their position. See, even here they tried, could not go down. All buying pressure, all liquidation power, right? So that's what happened, right? So when a seller can't get out, they will liquidate with a short loss, right? That's about this for this stock. So I hope there's still a very strong continuation here, but what I like to see for Meralco, and it's even punching out here, but I would say it can easily push back here to this area here. Now, as long as they don't pass the ball to the sellers, they still have enough power here, right? After that, I'm not so sure what's gonna happen, right? But that's it. So that's for this particular market. And our last market, sorry guys if I'm taking too much of your time, but the reason why I like to do a flashback is to discuss with you what did I say before and what happened now, so we can get more learnings from these certain areas, what happened and stuff like that, right? So for this particular stock, right, tech, let's take a look at closely what happened to this. Now this is really a hard market right now, because it went down, tried to push down, buyers answered back, but like I said, now it feels like there is a very strong area of what do you call the sellers here, and I'm quite worried about this one. So on Monday, I hope they would continue. Like I said, what I love to see is breakout, retest back. Oops, no more sellers. We have a clear go away. Launch those rockets up. That's what I would love to see, right? But I would feel there is still a strong sense of sellers here, so we need to get them out or shake them out somehow. And if we take a look at it on the chart, right? Let's make this one bigger. I hope that this particular area here, right? This area here, 507, could be a very strong support. Why did I say that? As you can see here, this particular day it went down. The next day it went above. And after that, it could not close below 507. So as long as this market will continue to go up, so this is what I feel. This may be a start of a uptrend, like the one I drew here, right? This has a chance, because it could be buyers here who wasn't able to retest this high because of the sellers were stronger. They want to revenge, right? Revenge, and they want to get higher here, right? And if we take a look at it on the big picture, right? Tech. Let's go. Look at that, guys. I mean, we are really we're still on the low side, right? And then there's still some room there, right, to go up. So I feel this market may want to try to get these things going, right? I hope they can achieve it. We need to get out of here, right? That's what I feel. So let's go back again to the 5 minutes. So let's hope on Monday they can continue their push up by eliminating these sellers around this area here. So that's about this on this weekend. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if I take up too much of your time, but this video, the purpose of this video is for both of us. Even for me, I'm learning as I go here and as I blog and as I do a market updates. So I hope you would get something out of here. And thank you very much and enjoy your weekend. God bless everybody and take care, and see you next week for another stock update by DC Trader. Thank you and enjoy your weekend.